So, the question I have, I'm asked to draw an elevation in the direction of arrow A, a plan projected from the elevation, and at the end then insert any 4 dimensions. I'm just going to worry about A and B, the elevation of the plan for this question. Okay, so we're looking in the direction of arrow A for the elevation, so I must figure out first of all the position of my XY line. And to do that I need to know the height of my elevation. So the overall height of the elevation will be this plus this. So it's 40 millimeters plus 20 millimeters. That's 60. So I will come down 75 millimeters from the bottom of my title box. There's the position of my XY line. Okay. So next I'm going to start on the elevation. So I need to figure out what surfaces I will see. So if I'm standing at the arrow A, looking in this direction, okay, I will be able to see this surface, I'll be able to see this surface here, and I'll be able to see this surface here on top. So first of all, I'm going to draw in the heights of the surfaces. Okay, so the height of this surface here is 40 millimeters, and this surface is 20. So measure up 40 millimeters and an extra 20 on top of that. They are the heights of my surfaces. Put those lines in lightly. Okay, next I pick a position to start my elevation. I'm just going to draw a light line down there, and that's going to be the start of my elevation. Okay, so I can see that the first surface is 80 millimeters long from here to here. So from this edge to this edge, 80 millimeters long. And the height of this corner here, I can see read it from back here, is 20 mil. So it's 20 millimeters height to there, 40 millimeters height to there, and it's 80 millimeters into this edge. From this corner, it's in 80 millimeters. That's an edge. Over here, this edge is 20 millimeters high. So there's 10, 20. That's joined back to there. Okay. Next, this edge here, even though it's inclined, it's angled away from us, it will appear as a rectangle when I view it in that direction. Okay, so the distance from here to there is 80 millimeters. Measure 80 to there. And I can see that this edge and this edge here are in line. So I can continue this edge the whole way up to the top of the elevation. Finish off that surface. Okay, so that surface there is this surface here. Okay. Next is this surface here. I know the height of it, all right, but I don't know the distance between here and here. I don't know the length of this line because you can see this is a curve. So in order to find the length of that line, I must first of all start to draw the plan and draw the curve on here. Okay. So I'm going to project my lines down from elevation lightly to plan all my edges. And I'm going to leave a gap of about roughly 15 millimeters between the elevation and the plan. So my plan is going to start at this line here. So what I must figure out for the plan is what I will see from looking down from above. So looking down from the plan in this direction here, I'll be able to see this surface, this surface, this surface, this surface, and this surface at the top, and obviously this in the middle here as well. So what I will do, I'll start off by drawing the curve and build everything up around that. So first of all, I need to get the width of the plan. So the distance from there to there. So you can see the distance from this corner to this corner is 100 plus an extra 10 either side. So that's 120. So measure down 120 from here. A light line across. There's the front of the plan. Mark on your 10 millimeters either side, in 10 there, and in 10 to there. Okay, next, I can see that this line comes the whole way back to this edge, and then it starts to angle in this way. Okay, and I can see I have that edge here in my elevation. So this line is heavy back as far as here. And then from this edge here, it angles back in this direction. I can see the distance from there to the outside corner of the plan is 30 millimeters. And it'll be the same on the opposite side. So, back on this edge, I measure back 30 mil, put a mark, and 30 millimeters here, mark, and that point transfers back to there, and this point transfers back to here. Okay. Now I want to start to mark on this curve, this semicircle. So in order to draw a semicircle, or any type of circle or arc, I need to know where, first of all, where the center point is and what the radius is. So I'll mark the center point of this first. Okay, you can see it's along this line here, which is in line with this edge. So if I bring that edge down, it's going to be on this line here somewhere. Okay, I'll heavy it in a little bit so you can see it clearer. There. And I know that the radius of the curve is 40, and it's exactly in the middle of the piece. Okay, so if the width is 100 from this point, I measure in to the center line here 50 millimeters. Okay, so from this point here where I measured in 10 mil, measure in 50 and draw a light line back in this direction. And this point here is the center of my curve. And I can see the curve is radius 40, or the semicircle even is radius 40, so I've set radius 40 on my compass. And draw it on there. Okay, so I now have this point and this point. I can see that that point joins back down to this point here, which is in 10. And the same, this point joins back down to here, which is in 10. Okay, finish off the plan then. I need to draw this surface on up here and this edge here. So I'll start with this edge. I can see it's back 25 from the front. 25 there. Line goes on there. And this surface here, I can see from the center line, it's 30 millimeters wide. So from the center line, it has to be out 15 either side of the center. So here's my center line. So it's 15 either side to get 30 overall. Okay, so now if we look, we've actually now found the length of this edge here. It's the distance from this corner to this corner. You can see that in plan. It's the length from here to here. So I can transfer that straight up to my elevation, and that will find it for me in elevation. But I also have hidden detail where this curve comes in. That'll be hidden detail. So I need to transfer that point up as well. Before I do that, I'm going to draw on the rest of this surface here. Okay, so I can see that this is the inside surface which slopes down at the front. And I can see this surface is 30 millimeters from the top surface. You notice that there. Okay. So from the top surface up here, measure down 30 mil. Draw a light line across. Okay, so that's that surface there. And I can see at this edge, it starts to slope down. And I have this edge here in plan. So if I bring that up to elevation, I have where it starts to slope down to the bottom. Sorry, a mistake now. That should of course be hidden detail. And this surface then, this point goes all the way back to the end, or the back of the curve. Again, we have that, we have this point here in plan, which is here. So I'll bring that up. That surface comes back as far as that line. And then that line is continued up in hidden detail.